Yes, we absolutely are. Lenny Foster tracks the history of Lincolnville through a series of photos in a very unique way with his exhibition of Where We Stand in the Series 8 calendar. So Lenny, I'm so excited to welcome you into the studio, and Rance was kind enough to give me a little bit of insight into the projects that you're creating, and we got to talk before the show about the history of Lincolnville, and you were kind enough to educate me on that and just sharing the role that it played with so many citizens that were part of the civil rights movement here. So tell me about this series specifically in terms of the photography that you've created for it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here this morning. I moved into Lincolnville in 2017 and moved from Taos, New Mexico. And when I moved into Lincolnville in 2017, I knew nothing of the history of St. Augustine, the civil rights history, the African American history. So I moved into Lincolnville on probably one of the most famous streets in the city, one of the most historic streets in the city, MLK Avenue. In the evenings, I would ride around Lincolnville on my bike, and I discovered these historical markers, the Accord Freedom Trail markers. I discovered the Lincolnville Museum and Cultural Center, and I discovered 450 years of history. And so what I decided to do, because I knew nothing of this history, I wanted to educate myself and also to share what I learned. So I would cruise the neighborhood, I would photograph these famous structures at night, mostly churches that were originally built right after emancipation, in the late 1800s. I discovered that many national civil rights activists, such as Martin Luther King Jr., Ralph Abernathy, Andrew Young, even Jackie Robinson came to speak on behalf of the civil rights movement. I discovered they were all in that neighborhood, and they were planning and organizing events and marches and training in these various churches. So I'd photograph the churches. Once I find out a story, I would take a pair of shoes, place them in that situation, and write a narrative about the event, the place, and the person. And with that, I thought it might make it easier for people to access the story, access history with that image. It would draw them in. Also, using the shoes, it would make it possibly easier for people to stand in someone's shoes, to understand why they sang, why they marched, why they prayed, why they did sit-ins, why they did swim-ins, why they kneel, why they pray.
So really giving that physical placement of this is where someone stood, this is where someone walked, this is where someone marched. And these images are beautiful. I have to say that they're beautifully haunting because you can almost see people rising up out of the shoes when you look at it. Now,
absolutely.
Before we go, I just want to talk about how you've translated this into your calendar, into your gallery, where people can come and actually experience your work.
Thank you. In the exhibition at the Chris Bellert Museum at Flagler College, there are 3 bodies of work: the Where We Stand, there's a series of portraits where I talk to some local civil rights icons, most of them in their 90s. I get firsthand information about the movement and their lives. Also, the structures, I call it where dreams become memories, where these early structures were dreams that the community was building on, and now some of them are just memories. And I've also created a 2024 Where We Stand calendar that chronicles the whole year's worth of history and the birthdays of some noted civil rights activists and some unsung heroes. I thought, what better way to share the history, share the story, give people access to all this information in a beautiful, only $20.
$20.
2024 calendar. And that's available on my website, lennyfoster.com.
Wonderful.
And my gallery is at 144 King Street in St. Augustine.
Well, Lenny, thank you so much, first of all, for extending that invitation to everybody. I mean, that would be a great way to spend some time with your family this Thanksgiving weekend, going out and experiencing not only your artwork, but also learning a little bit more about Lincolnville. So thank you for shining that special light for us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Now, before we go to break, we're going to take a quick look at our weather snapshot brought to you by Paramount Builders. Then we'll be back with more River City Live.